Hi there, here's the last page of Test Review Part 1, and it's called, What Am I Finding? Mrs. Hyde is the architect for the building below. The site manager has asked how much concrete was used on the edges of the side of the building. If the building is 90 feet long and has a height of 54 feet, and the ends are each 75 feet long, how much concrete does she use as the border for the side of the building? So what we're doing is, I guess we can consider this being the side of my building. And if I look closely, I notice that it's a parallelogram. So it's a parallelogram. And it asks what we're looking for, and it does say border, and border would indicate perimeter. Remember that perimeter is the edging or the distance around a shape. So to solve this, I'm just going to be adding up my sides. And again, a parallelogram has 4 sides. Looking at my picture, we need to label some things. Let's see if a colored marker will help. It says the building is 90 feet long. So I'm going to assume this can be called 90 feet across here, which means that's also going to measure 90 feet because it's kind of like a rectangle, except that my angles are slanted. Okay, they're different. But if the top is 90, then the bottom is 90. Then it says the ends, let's see, the height of 54 feet. In a parallelogram, the height is either outside, like here, or inside along any point. Okay, the height of my shape, which would be measured right about there if you can see that. And that says 54. And then it says the ends are each 75 feet long. So I'm going to go ahead and call this 75, meaning this is also 75. And in the picture, this would be 75, that slant, and this slant would also be 75. Now, it tried to trick us because it's going to give us information that's extra. And this height is extra, especially for this picture, or for this question, excuse me. All I need to do is add 75 plus 90 plus 75 plus 90. And since I have a calculator, it makes it much easier. 75 plus 75 plus 90 plus 90. And that gives me 330. Perimeter is 330, and my units are feet. Now, for number 8, it wants to know how much glass would she have used to cover the entire side of the building. So cover means area, like carpet or like paint, but in this case we're talking glass. And it's still a parallelogram. I have a formula for the area of a parallelogram. And like before, if you're not quite sure, that is not the formula for parallelogram. That's for trapezoid. And if you're not quite sure, you want to make sure to look at your formula chart. So this is actually a lot easier than I first started with. Base is the bottom. 90 is that measurement. Now here is where you need to remember that your base and height always make a 90-degree angle. And a lot of times your height is going to be sort of this dashed line. And that dashed line measures 54. So my base is 90. My height is 54. When I multiply, I get 4,860. 4,000, oh, that is not a 4. Long day, 4,860. And my units, if I go back here, are feet, which means for area, it's feet squared. All right, that's the last part of your first section to your review. I hope you did well.